Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for an oh-so-delicious list, as today I'm going to be breaking down the top 17 games that I tried out in January 2023. January is typically a slow period for video games, but I still tried out 17 new games this year. I guess this month, and I'm going to be talking about them, ranking them from S, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, all the way down to the F tier. And in order to refresh my memory and give you more of a bearing about each of the games, I'm going to show you the actual 1-minute review that I did for each of these. So how I do these reviews is I do what's called the 1-hour review, where I will play the game for 1 hour, and if it's worth continuing playing, then I will make more content. I'll do that, and I'll talk about it. I'll make the content. However, you'll see it. Pretty much, I'm going to refresh your memory on each one as we go. But let's get into a matter of principle.
A matter of principle 1-hour review. That's an interesting main screen. Let's do comics. A lot of reading in this one.
Tons.
So it
All
seems
reading.
like it's more just like a comic that you're going through and reading. The story's about Franz Ferdinand and some other kid named Gavrilo. The chapters alternate between the two stories, and eventually I think they're going to intersect. The music's fine, and the sound effects are interesting, but I wish this had voice acting. Every once in a while you get to answer a question. The first one was trivia, and this one's naming a group. I'm interested to see if the choices get more interesting as we go.
They don't.
I'm loving the history lesson this has given me, but I wish it held my hand just a little bit more. Because I'm trying to understand everything, but there's some parts where I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, not quite understanding what's going on yet. And I really do want to understand what's going on because it's an interesting story. Not a fan of how tiny the text can get sometimes. Trivia feels kind of tacked on. It's kind of weird. I'm starting to understand everything, and I'm really digging the story. And we're to the epilogue where I learn about all the different characters and how they ended up. If you're a history buff, I think you're really going to dig this one, and I hope they do more.
Yeah, those are really cool. I don't know if I'd call it a game. Very loosely a game. Adventure. Well, it's just the story of how World War II started because Franz Ferdinand got assassinated by Gavrilo, and it was told in like a Quentin Tarantino style way, where like the story you'd finally found out like, oh, this is where the stories intersect, and it was flawed, but it was well done. I definitely put it in the B tier. I think it's good, and I think if you're a history buff, it's well worth checking your time. Check this one out. Just know it's not a game. You got to know it's not a game. You got to know it's only an hour. But it's a really interesting way to consume a graphic novel, and I actually think it's probably my preferred way. I really dug the music, the sound effects that were mixed in. I was really impressed with the matter of principle. Firmly in the B tier. Now, I mentioned that some of these games are not from this year, and that's because one thing I'm hoping to do this year is play all the Xbox Games with Gold games that come out, and then do a video at the end of the year just breaking down if the games with gold still, does anyone even care? So right now we're going to check out Autonauts, but first, one thing I'd like to do is also give you what other people's opinions are about things. So a matter of principle, I put it in a very good, no one has said anything about it. Okay, they need to get on this. Now granted, it's not a, it's pushing it, calling it a game. Let's go check out Autonauts. So Autonauts, this was this month's Games with Gold, which there's 3, even though they say there's only 2. And it's spelled, there it is. Autonauts, I just posted this one today, actually. So not much traction, 32 views. Yeah, I wouldn't expect much. My goal was, I thought maybe there'd be interest in these Games with Gold videos, because, you know, like, everybody sees them, and I don't think most people play them, but nobody seems to care. Let's check it out.
Autonauts 1-hour review. So not sure what's going on, but I'm about to settle a planet. Let's go. So it's a crafting game, which is one of my least favorite types of game, but maybe this one will be different. Tutorial's well done, though. I'll give them that. Yeah, get it! It seems so slow. Oh, there's a stick. The controls feel a bit wonky. Now, in theory, we're going to automate away all this tediousness, because now we made our own robot. And now I'm about to code the robot so it knows what to do? What? Okay, that's actually kind of cool. These controls are just stupid wonky. God, I hate when I get stuck in the tutorial and my robot won't move. I've been screwing with this robot for 20 minutes. So the robot knows what to do. Why are you blurred out, play button? I can't even delete the stuff to reprogram him. So now I made another robot I'm going to try and reprogram, but now I can't find my damn axe, so I got to go make another axe. And the tutorial's like, hey, don't make an X, makes a spade. And I'm like, no, I'm done with this game, uninstall.
Yeah, and I will say, I still try and play games that aren't my favorite genres just because sometimes you'll have games that I feel like a crossover. Like, I can still play a game and say, oh, I definitely think there's a lot of people who are going to like this game. However, this one just feels wonky, and I think it was originally on PC, and then the conversion over to Xbox isn't as smooth as I'd like. That being said, while I'm going to put this in the D tier, I'm not going to put it in the F tier, because typically when I can't get out of the tutorial, which happens way more than I'd like to admit sometimes, I put stuff in the F tier, but with this one, I see what they were going for. I think there's a lot of really cool ideas in here. I'm just not particularly interested in exploring them more because I'm not a crafting fan. The controls did still feel wonky. They feel like those kind of controls that are never going to be optimal, but they're the kind of thing that if you love the game, you're going to put up with. And this did have some really cool ideas. Like, I wish my son would get into this game. Like, I'm going to suggest this game to my son because the coding aspect of coding the robots, so then you can code the robots to code other robots, it's really neat. There's a lot of cool ideas in this one. It just wasn't for me, and that tutorial I found incredibly frustrating. So I'm going to put that one in the D tier. Let's see where this one goes in the realm of Autonauts for the Xbox. Nobody knows, just TBD. 8580, so great. They put it in the great category. I put it in the but I can see why. If you weren't as frustrated as I would. All right, next we got NES Escape. Now this one, I really got some thoughts on this one. Let's get the video first. So, 12 subscribers. Hercules. That's why I love doing this segment too. You know, I found that I was just playing too much Apex Legends instead of other games. And it was just like, I want to just explore all these different genres and play everything. And so I just was like, hey, I'm going to get as many key codes as I can. But NES Escape was one of them. Let's go.
NES Escape, 1 hour review. The main screen's a puzzle.
By the way, I found out you can actually skip that if you like, but I thought that was so cool.
Oh shoot, we got an hour. We're on the clock. So it's a point-and-click adventure with a whole series of little mini-games, it looks like. Oh, I get it. It's an escape room, and we got an hour to get out.
Yeah.
Left and right bumper to pause is kind of weird. So apparently some of the puzzles are randomly generated each time. So after 11 minutes, I'm completely stuck and I have no idea what to do. Now, they were nice enough to include a help thing for me personally. Hopefully they put that on the internet as well for people who want to find it.
Game creators, do that for the media. Just make it easy for us. Because, typically, like, for most people, like, there's something on the internet to figure out how to do something. If you get stuck in a game. But when you're one of the first, 100 people to play the game, when you're reviewing it, that's not always the case. So I really did appreciate that.
Still prefer a hint system, though. Especially considering real escape rooms have hint systems. That being said, I am dumb at this, so I think if you're good at escape rooms, it's not that difficult. Second time not having any idea what to do. I figured out the third one, though, and I felt clever. Have I mentioned lately how much I suck at puzzles? They have the exact instructions on how to do the puzzle. I love this company. After 40 minutes, I figured out this is not a game for me. I'm too dumb for it. But if you like escape room games, or you and your friends do, I think this is a great one to try. Especially as a small group. Apparently, I'm only 25% complete.
Yeah, so that one was a really interesting... so pretty much... It was you saw the art style, but it was like you're in the center of the room, and then you can look this way, or you can turn this way, and then you can look that way. So you can see the four walls around you in the room, and you just had to uncover things. I thought that was very good. I thought it was very good. Any Escape? Let's see, definitely B tier. I think a hint system would bump it up to the A tier. I think that could bump it up to the A tier, but as it is. B tier, like, it's fantastic. Like, if this would have came out, like, back in the NES days, this would be one people would still talk about today and say how it inspired blah, 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 blah. That's how well done I think this game is. So this is about as top as the B tier as you can get. Very close to the A tier. And the S tier, so I didn't really clarify this. I'd say S tier is, like, stuff that I consider for Game of the Year. So I don't expect there to be anything S tier right now, because when I do play through games, I generally do it in a very piecemeal, bite-sized things. And I have not completed, anything that I'd put in the A Game of the Year category so far. So next we got Bladed Fury. Let's check this one out. Oh, let's see how NES Escape is doing. Because I know this one's new. I hope this one's doing well for him. I really dig this one. I think it's a really cool idea. NES Escape, what do we got? 80, 60. While its sharp edges are enough to make it wary recommendation, hardcore puzzle fans or players who come for nostalgia might find that Escape is at least worth a blockbuster rental. Are enough to make it a wary. Well, its sharp edges are not enough. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anywho, okay, so meh, and then great. Put that together, it's around a 7. I put around an 8, so yeah, okay. Anywho, let's go to the next one. We'll go with Bladed Fury. Now, this one was once again one of the Xbox Games with Gold. I played 3 of them this month, and was this? I feel like, well, let's talk about it afterwards. You know what? I'll just do that one next.
Bladed Fury 1 hour review.
So he plays this buxom babe who's wants to get revenge. Apparently, I can't handle the hard mode. Looks like a side-scrolling beat 'em up where you're trying to complete different moves. So you just pretty much immediately get thrown to a boss fight. The combat feels good. Ooh, boy, I don't care about the story. So you got framed for killing your dad. And weird stuff's, happening. The stone dude gave me more attacks. Oh, hey, what's up? Be careful, miss, you're about to pop out there. So yeah, none of the upgrades are really wowing me. Oh, excuse me, ma'am, your breasts are about to become exposed as well. Oh, apparently this is a bird. I feel like there's a lot more dialogue than there needs to be. Don't let the fancy background fool you. These levels feel boring. Just a totally normal running animation. It just feels unnecessary and kind of confusing. Like I'm lost in a beat 'em up. What am I doing with my life? Combat's starting to feel repetitive. I'm out.
Yeah, this one I got bored of this one real fast. It had like an interesting map system, but it wasn't. I felt like it detracted from the game itself. And in 1 hour, I literally was like, "Yeah, I'm cool. Never playing this again. I see what it is." And it's. And here's the thing: I like this genre. I don't mind the genre as long as you're not forcing me to put together all the combos. If I can still just go through the game and go beep 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 a beep 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 beep, like that's me. I appreciate that. This one did not. I'm gonna put this one in the D category. I think Autonauts, despite the fact I got stuck in the tutorial, I saw what Autonauts could be, and tempted. No, I'm putting it in the D. All right, so with Bladed Fury, let's see what everybody else says. Let's see if I'm totally off base on this one. Bladed Fury. It's a yellow, so that means it's okay. Hold on. Rubbish. Unity graphics style, excellent voice acting, excellent story. Everything else is rubbish. Ooh, the story. The combat is a particular highlight. So if you like brawling or Chinese history, Bladed Fury is what we call a sleeper game. Its art style is 70, 70, 65. So people are saying it's good. I'm saying, yeah, it's not for me. Okay, but nobody's like it's amazing. All right, Maximus 2. We gotta have a talk. So I was all gung-ho on Maximus 2. I really was. I like Maximus 2 so much that I made a 5 things I wish I knew when I started Maximus 2. Because that's how much I liked it. And I thought it was going to be very, very popular. It's based on a mobile game, I guess. Which is what it is. But they brought it to Switch. And here's my initial impression. And we're going to talk about it.
Maximus 2 1 hour review.
Ooh, 8 different characters to pick from at the start.
Loving the 4-player split screen.
Let's go, Tugboat!
And I can see all their special abilities before I decide. I love it.
So side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it feels good. The story has a good sense of humor. Really helpful inventory and level up screen. Big up. So apparently I have 25 continues, or I could also go back to the checkpoint. And if you have less than 5 continues, you'll start a new stage with 5, so that's nice. Ooh, you can even continue during a boss fight and not lose progress. Nice.
Now, I want you to look. Well, never mind. We'll get into it later.
Bro, I'm chasing those dudes from Golden Axe. Buy yourself some upgrades. I'm Golden Axing so hard right now. And we're going vertically. Pretty good variety of bosses and backgrounds so far. Really digging it. There's also a combo system, but I've completely ignored it. The only thing I don't love about this game right now is the controls, which just feel a bit off. Ooh, interesting talent choices. Really appreciate the fact I can use D-pad or the analog stick. After an hour, I'm in love with this. If you like arcade-style beat-em-ups, you need to check out this game. Can't wait to try the co-op.
Can't wait to try the co-op. I'm glad I said that at the end of that. I really am. Because I actually want to show you one other video that I also did, a YouTube short for this one. Because here's how it works, generally. If I play the game for an hour and I like it, I keep playing it and make more content on it. Maybe a final review, or this segment, why I'm uninstalling something. This one, 571 views. Awesome. 15 in the last 48 hours. Fantastic. But let's get into this, then we'll talk about the game and what went wrong.
Why I'm uninstalling Maximus 2. So after my initial 1 hour review, I was in love with this game. A side-scrolling beat-em-up with 8 unique characters that could be leveled up to play your own unique playstyle. A fantastic sense of humor and art style, great sounds, a really cool and functional start select help system. Not to mention 4 players, 1 screen, couch co-op, yes! Or you could even play online. And when I played by myself for that hour, it was glorious. But then, I tried to play with my family. And then I realized the problem as I scoot back. You see, it's kind of a tight screen for a beat-em-up game. But then, when you have 4 players on the screen, all these enemies on the screen, it becomes nearly impossible to see where you are. Not to mention, I breezed through the game solo, so did my son, but then when we played it 4 players as a family, it was ridiculously, stupidly not fun hard, and not just because we couldn't find ourselves. And 4 players couch co-op is pretty much the only way I'm ever going to play this game. So unless you're playing it 1 or 2 players or online, this is a hard recommendation. Hope they fix it.
And apparently, this is one to check out. I uninstalled it because, I already did. But they reached out to me like, hey, that's something we're going to look into. So, that's a hard one. I'm going to put it in the C. But here's the thing. This has potential to be A. Like, depending on how much content was in it, which apparently my son played through the whole thing by himself. Because we both played it alone, and we loved it. We really enjoyed it. But apparently, yeah, I'm going to put the C... Put the C, but I think this one has the potential to be A. I really do. I hope they fix that one up because it was everything I wanted out of a side-scrolling beat-em-up. Like that artwork, the style, and I didn't even talk about it because it's only a 1-minute video. But there was so many throwbacks and references to old school side-scrolling beat-em-ups that I really just appreciated so much. But so hopefully they get that fixed. Maximus 2 isn't going to threaten the kings of the beat-em-up genre or anything, but if you enjoyed playing games like Castle Crashers, you'll likely have a good time leveling up with the characters and unlocking their extra skills. Yeah, Castle Crashers is definitely what comes to my mind with that as well. I wonder if he played that by himself. Because, yeah, that was the thing. Like, I was like, this is so good. I can't wait to play it. Ah! I got frustrated. All right, so next we're going to do the final game that came out as part of the Xbox Games with Gold, which was Autonauts and Bladed Fury. Could Iris fall? Could that buck the trend of D's? Let's find out. Let's see what I got. So 121 views, 5 views in the last 48 hours. Yeah, there was just people just didn't seem to care about this. I'm still going to play them throughout the year so I can do like an end of the year like overview of them. I think that'll be something that some people could be interested in. I don't think too many people are probably going to do that, visiting old games, but let's get into it.
Iris Fall, 1 hour review. Really digging the art style, giving me a comic book vibe. Oh, and they just flipped it on me. Wow. Ooh, you could turn into a shadow to do platforming. Cool. So you walk around the environment trying to manipulate the shadows in order to get out of the levels. So like on this metal contraption, I added this piece right here, which now means my shadow can walk up to the door. And it definitely looks like it's going to be one of those puzzly style games. So hopefully it has a good hint system. 2 levels in, I had the first what the hell am I doing? I'm getting annoyed moment. The settings say I have the hint system on, but I don't know how to get to them. Maybe you can give me a hint on how to do that. To the internet we go. Take backsies. I'm actually a dumbass. I should have been able to figure that out. No real story aside from, hey, crazy stuff, huh? I feel like they did a really good job on the audio. This room sounds exactly like how you'd think it would. So I just figured this puzzle out, but I have no idea how it makes any sense. Okay, this game's got some pretty cool tricks up its sleeve. So while I am annoyed that there's no hint system at all, I'm not hating my time with it, and I think you might enjoy it if you like puzzle games. Uninstall.
Yeah. So, puzzle games, for me, I am terrible at them, and I just don't particularly have that much fun with them. But as I mentioned, I can see past my biases to see that a game's good. And I definitely think that Iris Fall is a good game if you like puzzle games. Now, I am going to ding it a little bit for not like, I should be able to figure out, I couldn't figure, how do you use the hints? I didn't know how to use the hints. It's like, how does that happen? Like, I should be able to figure out how the hint system works. But I'm still going to put this one great. I think it is. I think it's bottom of great here. Just because I don't particularly... No, I'm going to put it top of C. The fact that I couldn't use the hint system really was a nuisance to me. But the bottom line is, I enjoyed my time with that, and I don't typically enjoy my game with puzzles games that much. And 2 this month, Any Escape and Iris Fall, that I really did dig. And thought were pretty solid. So that's cool. I like that. Iris Fall. No one's covered. Is that really? What? No one's, we don't even have it. Oh, it's Iris.Fall. Oh, that's a dot. Maybe I should update that real quick. Maybe that's gonna just send all the people swooning to my Kickstarter video. Glad I saw that. So 73. Okay. Not like it as much as I did. When Iris Falls finished fun, we do it for $39 price tag. Still a journey. We're glad we took the game with some of the most innovative puzzles we've seen. Yeah, there were some very cool puzzles. 95, 70, 70, 60. With its short playtime. Yeah, that's going to ding it. Because I'm not looking at it from the playtime perspective. I'm just looking at it from the is it worth my time kind of perspective. So if I had played $40 to $60 for this, yeah, I think that missing hint system would really annoy me a little bit. So I think the top of the C tier is fair. Because that's still... What is this? This is fantastic, great, good. It's still good. Meh? I don't know. Anywho, what do we got next? We got Baba Files Taxes. Now this one... So I was trying and get buzz. You know, I'm on Twitter, doing the whole Twitter thing. Ooh, look at that. 21 views in the last 40 hours. So that one's going upwards. Like that. And there's something called itch.io. If you're not familiar with that, that's pretty much just like an open market Steam kind of thing where people have free games, people have it's tons and tons of indie games. Not single A, not double or single A games. And this one had a whole bunch of people talking about it on Twitter, so I was like, I'm gonna go check this out. I had no idea what I was getting into.
Baba Files Taxes.
Let's get into it.
1 hour review. So you play as Baba, this white creature who has to file their taxes, but that's hard because they don't have fingers. Actually, get bit, Baba. Nah, I ain't helping. I think this is the end of the game.
Oh.
Alright, take two, I'll help him. So the game literally has you looking through tax pages and then just signing for him because he can't sign things. But luckily, he let you borrow his pen. And then you go through multiple choice questions and fill out forms for him. There's not much sound, but I'll be darned if that doesn't sound like a real pen. Alright, we got it done. Boom, turning it in. What are taxes? Boom! Congratulations! And apparently, my signature score was 0, 0, 0, 26, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So, yeah, I guess if you average that out, I kind of crushed it. That's like your opinion, man. I had a laugh, but this is an easy uninstall. Great for calligraphers.
Yeah, so this... How do you even slot this? This is a meme game. I laughed. I had fun. I'm still smiling thinking about Baba filing taxes and just how absurd of a game it was. And so that in itself, it made me feel something. I can't put it above Iris Fall, but Maximus 2's... See, because Maximus 2 falls in the disappointment category of like, dang, this could be so good. No, let's be truthful here. I'm going to put it bottom of C. Bottom C. But Baba Files Taxes, it made me chuckle. So what do we got next? We got Hi-Fi Rush. Let's get it out of the way. The big dog. This is one of the surprise releases from Epic, but Obsidian. Oh, 8 subscribers. Awesome. This one's doing very well. 4,000 views in the last 48 hours, and this is fantastic. This is what I love seeing here with the segment. You know, because it feels like, you know, I'll do a 1 hour review and maybe I'll scrape up like 1, 2, 3 subscribers. And sometimes big numbers like this, like 8, that's great for me. But as always, let's get into the video.
Hi-Fi Rush 1 hour review.
These cutscenes are drop-dead gorgeous, and I'm digging the sense of humor already. Dang, it looks amazing in-game, too! So you should play as this kid who's got an iPod in his chest. You also have a metal metallic arm, and you beat up a bunch of robots. So it's kind of like Guitar Hero in fighting. As you make hits, you make music with your guitar. It's really interesting. As someone who sucks at rhythm games, I really appreciate a lot of the little things they did to make it more accessible. This game is all kinds of out there, and I'm kind of digging it. It feels like it's going to be a collectathon. Hit me with the 2D side-scroller, all right. The music and sound in this is fantastic. Forgiving the deaths are in this game. Uh-oh, apparently you can die too much. I'm pretty much right back where I was, though. Nice. Which is good, because the platforming it's okay.
Bro, the boss fight is 9 Inch Nails!
This boss fight is awesome. So after an hour, I'm super surprised. Combo-based beat-em-up fighters are not my style, but this is a heck of a lot of fun. The story's so polished, the music is fantastic, the sound is great, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I want to fight another boss. Let's go. Yeah. So this is what... So far, I've sat down with it 3 times. Each time I've played through one mission. The missions are about 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how much you want to go explore it. And the cutscenes, the production, the music, the sound design, the voice acting, the humor in the story. Everything about this is S tier.
so far, except for me, the combat. The combat is a bit repetitive, but that being said, that's because this is not my style of game, which I think really speaks to how good this game is. I'll give you an example. I apparently unlocked a diamond achievement day today because I leveled up health. Nothing but health. I just keep leveling up the health, despite the fact I'm on the easiest game mode. And the thing is, you could purchase new attacks in this game where it's like you have different combos and you hit them and you do different stuff. That ain't me. I'm just the X X X X X X X Y Y kind of person. And this one lets me do that. It has 4 different difficulty modes. The music, I can't put it S tier. I don't put anything S tier until I've played it enough to firmly establish that it's S tier. But right now I'm putting it at the A tier because this is not my style game, and I am in love with it. I don't want it to end. I'm having fun with each mission. I'm excited to see, and the final boss fights are great. I will say, I hope that they open up the variety of stages a little bit. They feel just a smidge bit samey, and I think maybe that's just because they don't have a hint system necessarily telling you where to go, but there's arrows all over the place in the world, which I actually kind of appreciate. Anywho, Hi-Fi Rush, A tier. Check this one out. And I can it's spoilers. It's probably my game of the year for January so far. Can't wait to get back to this one. Actually, after this video, I'm probably going to play it some more. So, Slingo Quest. One thing I like to do is I like to mix it up. I like to, and I'm not actually going to look at the Metacritic reviews for Hi-Fi Rush just because I don't know. I don't want anything to be spoiled. I'm really enjoying it. So, Slingo Quest. Because one thing I like to do is like see where games from the past slot with games of today, and I think that's even more fun at the end of the year when I do like my top 200 games of 2023 or whatever. When there's like this game right here, but this is a Nintendo DS game, and I gotta talk about it.
Slingo Quest 1 hour review. Already not a fan of using the touchscreen on this one. It's a mashup of bingo and slot machines, and it's pretty boring. So the gist is you start with a board and you have to complete a pattern by spinning it, and then when you get the numbers, you mark them off on the board. So I've marked off that spot right there because I got that number. And then you just keep doing it. Sometimes when you spin, you'll earn gold coins that you won't give a crap about. And for some darn reason, even though I got the pattern, it makes me keep spinning. And it pats me on the back for filling up the card. You made me do it. I will give it one thing, though. As you can see, the level design from level to level is really super different and just going to keep you coming back for more. Whoa, check this one out. Ooh, this one I'm actually playing against a pirate. Okay, this one's not bad, but it's still completely random. All right, I take that back. I'm actually still bored. It's kind of amazing to me that they took 2 things that I love and find very exciting, which is bingo and slot machines, and turned it into a tedious, boring experience. This is shovelware Easy Pass.
Yeah, one thing I do want to clarify, I don't actually like slot machines, but they're still exciting. Like, slot machines are just inherently exciting. You know, the noises, I was going to say the sounds, the smells, I guess, I don't know, cigarettes and alcohol. Slingo Quest is an F-tier game. It honestly was one of the most boring gaming experiences I've had in a long time. It's just like, oh, hey, there's numbers. Look for the numbers, hit them fast. Keep doing that. And it's like, and it didn't even do like a lot of the fun slot machine stuff. Like it did some slot machine, like ding 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 ding, but it didn't do as much as you want. And I think I tried 3 different game modes on there. They all, just Slingo. I'm done talking about it. Nobody else is talking about Slingo Quest for a reason. There's a reason this is not hailed as one of those must-own Nintendo DS games. So let's see, Slingo Quest, 2008. Oh, there's Slingo Quest Y. No one's rated. Okay. No one cares. All right. Anywho. Let's get to Duloc and Fae. Now, this one, I found out, apparently is rated A for adult, which I'm very curious to see. Well, I'll talk about it. Let's get into the video first.
Duloc and Fae Dance of Death 1 hour review.
It's a dog talking to a guy. What the hell?
Yeah.
Unique art style with pictures as the background, and then you move yourself in 3D.
Really like it.
So it has clunky tank controls, and you walk around interacting with things.
I feel like a real smart detective. I wonder where I should investigate on the body.
Ooh, if you take control of the dog, you can talk to animals. That's cool. So both the characters are incredibly unlikable.
I want to give you an example. Like, this is one thing I don't like about the 1 hour review, or the YouTube short reviews. Like, the first thing that this intelligent character does not the dog, but the guy does in the game, is they earn some money, and then he just gives this money to this random beggar person. Like, it was like somebody was like, you just gave the money away. And then the dog's like, hey, where's the money? Like, we're about to get thrown out of our house. And then you do. You go to the hotel. You stay at a hotel the next day. And it's like, what the hell? And then the dog. Oh my God, the dog is a jerk. Like, the dog, like, none of the characters are pleasant.
Like, I would have punched this dog in the face.
I did.
Quick time combat, yeah. I haven't even left the prologue and I'm already bored by the story. That's
Yeah.
impressive. So we're looking for Merlin because they trapped a human inside the dog's body. Put on them reading glasses. These controls are just so clunky. I don't know how to get out of this screen.
So the art styles really vary, and it's just a little odd.
So I really enjoy the time period. I like the fact I get to choose different dialogue options. And I feel like the story has some potential. After an hour I'm bored, but I'll give it one more hour.
I have not yet to give it that extra hour. Like, Hi-Fi Rush has kind of just made it so, like, I have no desire to go back and play this. But it's rated A for adult, and I didn't hate it. I want it to get to where it's going, and I'll give it some more time. But for right now, I don't think I can put it in the D tier just quite, because, like, I feel like I'm just going to easily uninstall a D tier. But we're going bottom of the C tier. I had more fun with Baba Files Taxes. A lot more fun. I look back much more fondly on Baba than Duloc and Faye. But I'm going to keep it going. It has the potential. Maybe. I hope so. I'm not going to read the reviews on that one because it's brand new either. Now this one, little bit of a controversial one. We're talking about Blacksmith Forger. So, and we'll get into why. Once again, I have issues with tutorials because apparently I'm an idiot. We'll get into it. Oh, I like that thumbnail.
Blacksmith Forger, 1 hour review. So you play as a blacksmith forger who has a shop and makes blacksmith stuff.
Not good when I get stuck in the tutorial. I can't sell him the thing.
Yeah, so I went over here. Like, over here, we're supposed to go. You're supposed to hit the button. And I hit buttons. I hit every single button on the controller. I hit the button that should have made it work. I hit every single button. Nothing happened.
The thing. To the internet we go.
I'm playing it early. I don't know how to get out of the tutorial.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This is why I really appreciate NES Escape saying, hey, this is exactly how you do this. Now, granted, in this one, I think it's more like a bug, but they said, hey, it's not a bug. You're just an idiot. And I was like, I don't know.
Okay, so I think I have to make another one, but I don't remember how to make it. Like, I know the materials I need to make it, but I don't remember the specific order of how I do it. Because you gotta, like, dip stuff into acids or something. And no, there's no, like, select or start menu.
Yeah, so it's you crafting stuff, but in order to make the thing, you have to get the thing, put it in the thing, put it over here so it can do this, then get this thing and put it here, and then put this here. And I didn't remember the order.
That walks you through exactly how to do it. Take two. And I can't skip the tutorial. All right, I got it. It's ingot, oven, water, book, stick, anvil, water, and then you make the thing and then you sell it.
So I made down the very specific order in which you do all the things in the case that would not let me sell to this guy.
It's all those steps. I don't feel like I should have to take notes, though. Damn it, I still can't figure out how to sell it to him.
Yeah, I know how to press buttons. I've been gaming for 30 years. My first one was the Atari 2600 back when I was just a wee little spat. I know how to press buttons. Don't step to me. I
saw the sign and opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, but I still can't.
I'm so frustrated.
The sword. Like everything else in the tutorial had just happened automatically, and this one's like, nope, not gonna do it. Dang it! Now I lost my sword, and now the gosh darn recipe won't even work. Easy uninstall.
Yeah, I was so frustrated with that game. That's an F tier game. At least Slingo Quest worked for me. Like Blacksmith Forger. And like I said, like I imagine that they hate that video, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. I know how to make stuff. One, game making bunch, so that was me. Game doesn't work on Switch. Tutorial says follow the sign. It just tells you to walk to places without actually using it. Okay, so it's not just me. Dylan Knight also same issue. He gave it a 0. I guess I probably should have given it away. So that one's not just on me. That's just a completely broken, buggy game. Which I guess it's good, and hopefully they fix it. Hopefully they get that taken care of. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, F tier, worst game of 2023 so far because if I can't get out of the tutorial, it's not ideal. Atrio: The Dark Wild. Ooh, plus 3 subscribers. Nice. YouTube Shorts is weird sometimes. Just bam, let's spike it up. I love it. 6 in the last 48 hours. Awesome. Let's go.
A Trio the Dark Wild 1 hour review.
Not quite sure what's going on yet, but you play as this guy. Kinda hating this tutorial. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. So I bombed the tutorial. Here goes nothing. Just gotta bring power to all stations. Start with station 3. Got it. Okay, you can die.
So the fact that I have to say I bombed the tutorial means there shouldn't be a thing you can do. I know people say get good. I've been playing games for 30 years. I shouldn't be failing at your tutorial.
Yeah, so
I'm not senile yet,
no
folks.
clue what station 3 is or where station 3 is, but if you go out here, you die. So don't do that. Harvesting rocks. Not sure if I'm supposed to, but I'm doing it. This dump can go to hell. Oh, I see it. I gotta go down.
Why can't I look at the map in game? It only shows it on the loading screen.
I picked up an order. I don't know what the hell that means, but I failed, and now I'm about to die. All right, tutorial take 2. I understand it way more now. Still not the biggest fan of this tutorial. So you can't access the map, but you have to build all these lights and power it, and you gotta craft stuff and mine stuff and craft stuff and mine stuff, and then go on these weird missions over here where like stuff will try and kill you, and you just have to try and stay alive. I'm not really having fun though. It's very tedious, and I still don't quite know what I'm doing, so this is an easy uninstall for me.
Yeah, that game was super frustrating. Like, honestly, that was Blacksmith Forger level of frustration. I can't go Blacksmith Forger because, like, at least Atrio, I figured out the game, but I'd rather go... Here's the thing. I kind of sucked at both these tutorials, so there's a category specifically for that. But Audionauts, I was excited. Like, I wish I could have figured it out more. Because it looks cool. Atrio, I'm like, meh. Would I rather play it than Bladed Fury? No, I'd rather play Bladed Fury. Are we talking F territory here? No. There was enough there. It was interesting. Let's go to something I enjoyed. Let's get all these bad tastes out of here. Grammarian LTD. But first, I want to see what everybody else thoughts of Atrio. Let's see. Am I just the idiot who didn't understand everything? Atrio the Dark Wild. What do we got? Nobody. Nothing. Nothing at all. I need to get on the Metacritic more. I don't know if that's a thing I can do. Can you level up on there? I don't even know. I hate typing stuff though. Words are hard. Let's get into Grammarian. I hope this one gets a bigger audience.
Grammarian LTD 1 hour review.
So the president decided that grammar was super important, and so you're applying to the biggest grammar company in America. Okay, really digging the sense of humor of the game. So my first task is to go through this document and find 13 singular nouns.
Luckily for us Dumbos, they give us definitions of what they are.
You can even string together combos. Apparently my dumbness is impacting my mood. Ah, crap, I didn't even pack my lunch. Oh, shoot, I got distracted by my phone. So at the end of the day, you get paid, but then you have to pay your apartment rent. After work, you go home and sleep so you can regain your stamina. You can even buy furniture. I even have to decide how I'm going to get to work. Today, I'm working on irregular nouns. And now you got to work on your grammar and your spelling. Oh no, I lost money today. I think I'm going to get fired. The only thing that makes me happy is eating. So there's some story mixed in. I doubt I'll ever get there because I'm just god-awful at the game, though. I legit feel like I'm learning, though. After an hour, I'm having fun, and I wish I would have had this in middle school. A great learning tool.
Yeah.
Grammar.
So this one easily, I think I go A tier. Yeah, I'm going A tier. I'm gonna put it below Hi-Fi Rush just because I think Hi-Fi Rush is the game of the year candidate. Like if things keep going the way they are with Hi-Fi Rush, put in that S tier. As what I'll talk about at the end of the year potentially. Grammarian, I think, as something to help people trying to learn their grammar, is the best gamification of something that I could possibly imagine for something like that. I think this should be in every middle school across America. I really do. It was fun. I enjoyed my time. My wife was like looking over my shoulder, like interested because it did. It looked fun. Like, and it wasn't stressful necessarily, but it was I definitely think you want to check this one out if you want to improve your grammar and gamify that. I guess is A tier too much? No. Like I did mention that I don't feel like I'd ever see more of the story based on how bad I am at grammar, which I do think is a knock on it. You know, I feel like you should be able to muscle through that. Like Hi-Fi Rush has the stupid, hey, you're stupid simple, you can't even play Guitar Hero on easy mode type mode, which I'm on, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So I'm gonna put this one at the top of the B tier. Definitely a great game though. I think I like that one a lot. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Hopefully this one's getting some buzz on it because I do think it is just like honestly, I think it will probably be my educational game of the year or in the running for that. Like that's S tier potential there. Praise should be given for Grommari and LTD for trying to do something different. That's a lot of said for games that also have to be educational. And Grommari and LTD is so nicely presented that it's genuinely an appealing prospect for those who get a kick out of editing and proofreading. It's a shame that most of the documents you'll be working on are pretty badly written in the first place, making your edits ultimately feel rather fruitless. So that one, someone else who's better at grammar than me was like, "Oh, what I'm reading is bad." I didn't notice that, but then again, I nearly flunked out of high school. Like, I did well in college, like when I finally stopped flunking out of it. But there's like huge chunks of my knowledge, and grammar's one of them. So, still, I'm gonna keep it there. Keep it B tier, top of the B tier. Let's go with Omega Bot. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh, there's a why I'm uninstalling. Oh no. Let's go. Ooh, -1. Owies. Yeah, I wanted to like this one.
Omegabot 1 hour review. In a world where people have turned to machines.
So I can't figure out how to play the game? That's a slight problem.
Take 2.
Luckily, you can skip the... Okay, you can't skip it. Okay.
Yeah, super frustrating.
Reboot. Take 3.
Hey, it works. Platforming, side-scrolling shooter, booyah. The gunplay is fun. I'd recommend using the D-pad, though. So you play as this robot who's trying to kill all the other robots and bring back humans. So I feel like it should be a big deal if there's a
So
dude there, but I can't interact with him.
So you have to press up, but I didn't know that, and I feel like I should, you know?
Granted, story does
That being said,
not seem to be the point of this game. I've had next to no story at all.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I shot a lot of damn frogs, though. Man, this is a hard boss right here. How can I possibly ever, kill it? I really hope I'm wrong, but I think I only have 2 upgrade choices. You gotta press up on the D-pad to talk to people. Oh. Ooh, we got a new gun. This is difficult, but it seems fair for the most part. Vehicles, yes, please. After an hour, I'm not in love, but I am having fun. I'm excited to see where it goes.
so that's where we are there. And then, so like I said, with one like this, I'll do a segment called Why I'm Uninstalling. If I do end up uninstalling this. And so let's get into that.
Why I'm uninstalling Omegabot.
So I'm 2 hours in and I'm kind of over the game. So you play this robot who has to save the world by killing like pretty much 4 big bosses. Honestly, the story pretty much doesn't exist though, and it's mostly about the shooting and the platforming. And that's totally fine if your gameplay is amazing, but I don't feel like the gameplay in this is amazing. So it's basically kind of physicsy engine as you shoot your gun and it moves you in that direction. This also means you can use your gun like a jetpack, which is really kind of cool. Now, when it comes to shooting, you're gonna be killing a bunch of different things, and you'll have different weapons you unlock, and they're slightly different. It's one of those games where like each enemy is gonna have like a different weakness that you have to potentially exploit. There's a good deal of enemies that I've seen. The different levels they're okay. They seem a bit repetitive, as does some of the music as well. It's not terrible, but it's noticeable. You die a lot, but there's also lots of save points around. It feels very fair. You can level up, but it's very minimal. It's just like your health bar and your green bar, which is meh. Overall, I don't think it's a bad game. I'm having fun with it. It's just I'm not having enough fun to keep playing. Still a good platformer. Check this one out if you like them.
Yeah, so it's just... I just got bored with it. Like, I wasn't excited to play it, and when I did, it was like the story was completely non-existent. It was just, hey, there's 4 big bad guys, go kill them. You go to the first area and kill stuff, and it felt samey. Second area, go kill stuff. And then, yeah, the boss fights, yeah, I'm gonna put it in the good. I think this is where we go okay to good. I think that's the C range. I feel like it's around Iris Fall. At Maximus 2, I'm still gonna ding it. No, I don't know where I put this one. I think it's there. No. Because Iris Fall, I could tell, was still very solid. Omega Bot, yeah, I'm going to put it behind... No, I'd rather go play Duloc and Faye, honestly. At least that had a story that could have went somewhere. This one, yeah. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the C tier. I'm not going to put it in D tier, because it's okay. It's a fun platformer, but it's, yeah. A Space for the Unbound. Let's go. This one is a weird game in all the best way. Oh, but first, I want to see what everybody else thought of Omega Bot. It was just me. I just was so bored by it. 63. So, yeah, see. PS5 has no big problems and no big highlights. A few more features would be welcome, however, with a good pace and challenging bosses, it fulfills its purpose of being a simple and pleasant adventure for those who like 2D platformers. So, yeah, it's just as bland as you can get. And it's just, yeah. Not bad. Not great. So there we go. Omega Bot. So what's the next one we got? Oh, Space for the Unbound. That's where we were. Space for the Unbound. This one I'm excited to get back to as well. Spoilers. I suppose it's a spoiler.
A Space for the Unbound 1 hour review. So you start as a lady giving your cat a present. And now we're dead. I think we're the cat. Okay, that was just a story this writer was making. Whoa, I like digging into this girl's subconscious and hearing all the negative thoughts she has. So you're playing as an underage girl and this guy who likes to hang out with her. I'm about to break into her house now, but her dad can't find out. Pet the kitty. So I'm kind of interested to know where the game is set. I feel like I'm in a slum. This is where I like to hang out with my underage girl who is a friend. So apparently this girl has issues at home. Now I'm in this dude's subconscious. This is weird. So it's a point-and-click adventure right now. It feels way more like it's about the story than the gameplay. Plot twist! So you have dialogue choices sometimes, but they're easy to miss. So now I'm making a bucket list with my girlfriend. This game hits different. Wasn't expecting stealth gameplay, but hey, let's roll. I also feel like I've barely scratched the surface of this one, too. I'm excited. While I'm not in love after an hour, I'm enjoying my time and I'm intrigued to see where this one goes.
Yeah, very excited. Easily B tier. I think could go top. Maybe top of the B tier? Yeah, I really dig this one so far. Now, this one could potentially fall in the C tier or go all the way up to the A tier, I think. Very interesting game. The story is just so out there, it's Indonesia, apparently. Very excited to keep that one going. 2 more. Caretakers. Let's go. Yeah, this one I was excited for. I got an early access code. I was like, yeah. And I did a 5 things you should know about it. But as you can see, spoilers, they also did a why I'm under stalling. Which, bummer. I want these games to be great.
We are the Caretakers 1 hour review. Ooh, an epic narrative campaign. So you play as the conductor, this tiny dude on the map leading these other people. So you move your people around the map picking... No, you weren't supposed to stop.
I do apologize for that. Sorry about that. Had an emergency.
We are the Caretakers. I
was hoping that would keep going.
Review.
I don't know why I didn't.
An epic narrative campaign. So you play as the conductor, this tiny dude on the map leading these other people. So you move your people around the map picking up goods and then also exploring things. The HUD looks very PCE, and I don't mind that. So there's a day-night cycle, but you can pause. Like right now we're walking, but we've been walking through the night. About to go mess up this poacher. And now we're fighting. Turn-based combat. Clearly displayed turn order. Why, thank you. So instead of just killing him, I can arrest him, then decide their fate. I just fired this guy. I wonder if he'll become the main villain. Complete the mission, get the stuff. Intriguing, asymmetrical characters, and you can create your own squads. Top-notch Wii graphics. Reform and recruit the poacher or release with warning. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got upgrades. Ooh, and multiple squads in the field at a time. Each of your units is a class, and those classes can be upgraded. Not in love, but I am in like, and there's a lot to like. Bit clunky, though.
Bit clunky, very ugly, and unfortunately, let's talk about why I uninstalled it.
Why I'm uninstalling? We're the Caretakers. Put simply, there's just a game-breaking bug that kind of sucks. So I noticed it when I was taking notes for my 1 hour review, that when you complete one of the missions, and this has happened now to me 3 times, you get kicked completely out of the game, like to your main screen. Now, it hasn't happened every time, but 3 times in 3 hours is a lot. Now, the first time wasn't a big deal because it was just a story mission that took me like 30 seconds to complete. However, the other 2 times I was on a medium mission and then a long mission, and it's like I wasted an entire hour of time. But the worst part is I don't want to continue playing because I don't want to play another mission and waste another chunk of time if I get kicked back out. And unfortunately, you can't save in any way, shape, or form during the game. This really sucks because there's a lot of cool ideas in this game, even though it is real rough around the edges.
Yeah, real rough on the edges. I think if everything went perfect for this would be a B tier. You'd be like, oh, this is so close to being like fantastic. However, where it is now, I think it's just D tier. There's some really cool ideas. I put it, yeah, Autonauts, just really, really cool, unique stuff. But that game breaking bug, I got to go F tier, right? I got to go F tier for game breaking. You know what? But here's the thing: I'd still put it above Slingo Quest. I'd rather play an hour of We Are the Caretakers, potentially knowing that I'm going to lose the last hour if the game just randomly decides to kick me out. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's see if anybody else is having this issue. Because they, I believe, emailed me like, "Oh yeah, we found this. We were able to replicate this as well." So hopefully they can patch that. Nobody said anything about it yet. A lot of cool ideas, rough around the edges. Could have used some more time in the oven, but still a very cool game. Cool idea for a game, but unfortunately put it in the F tier just because, I mean, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. You don't want to play for 40 minutes and have what you did for 40 minutes completely wiped out. And for no fault of your own. It's just like, oh yeah, hey, you finished the mission, it doesn't save, and now you're just gone. All right, last one. Shoulder of the Giants. Weird game. Let's go.
Shoulder of Giants, 1 hour review. 4 save slots, thank you.
So he plays this frog in a mech, and you can upgrade your abilities and you fight stuff. You can also go third person with a frog and shoot your gun. Ooh, dialogue choices. So apparently we're gonna go from planet to planet and kill stuff.
Ooh, each mission you get to craft your own active and passive abilities. You can also equip new weapons for your frog and your mech.
Oh, it's a roguelite, so I earned experience even though I died. And now I can upgrade my skill tree. The combat feels fast and fun. I'm having a good time with it. I do wish there was a help arrow telling me where to go, though. I think the maps are randomly generated, and they're okay. So I've died 5 times now, and yeah, the worlds are starting to feel a little samey. Dancing frog decoy. Ooh, my frog has a Maywall. Love it. Ooh, now it's got a hot-cold system. I do like that. I do wish the hub world was smaller. It's really annoying I have to keep going back to the same spot to go to a new world. The worlds do have a good sense of verticality, which I enjoy. After an hour, I'm having a good time with this one. I think I'm going to keep playing it. I'm not in love with it, but I'm interested to see where it goes. Yeah, I'm on a garbage truck. What's up?
Yeah, a lot of really cool ideas. A like category. I think we put in the C tier for now. I think it has the potential to go. No, I think it go bottom. No, I go C tier. I think it go top of the C tier, honestly. Because it has potential, I definitely think, to bump up in the B and the air tier. I'm not super excited about it. I have other roguelike games that I enjoy a lot more. But the shooting's fun. There feels like there's a good deal of special abilities. And I wouldn't say I'm super excited to play it again, but I'm glad that I do the YouTube content so that I will play it again. Because, you know, hopefully the more I put into it, the more I get out of it. But yeah. I'm not insanely excited to go back to it. But there you go. Those are the top 17 games that I played in 2023. If you enjoy video game content, if you enjoy this sort of content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. So I'm trying to reach 17,000 subscribers this year to make 2023 my biggest year ever. And if you are a game designer and you want me to play your game, hit me up on Twitter or in the comments or somewhere else. Because, yeah, that's something that I'm kind of enjoying, is covering all these like little indie games that I would totally never pay any attention to. Excuse me, but now I am, and I apologize for the issue a couple minutes ago. But yeah, as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye bye.